What is up, YouTube? It's your man Lotus here, and today have a quick update to our new players to Shinobi Strikers in regards to those who logged in for the very first time from November 22nd up until the 3rd of December. You guys will be receiving additional rewards for the servers being down. So you guys will be receiving an additional 10 esoteric scrolls and 30 valuable scrolls. Sorry to those of you who may have purchased the game a couple of days before the servers went down, or maybe you bought it that morning the servers went down or something along those lines. You guys do not qualify for these rewards. It is only for those who logged in up until the 3rd from when the servers came back, which was the 22nd, and they plan to have these items distributed on the 6th of December, which is a Thursday, and that is also the date that I believe that the remaining 3 DLC characters will be distributed out to us, which will be next week. But on that note, guys, I do want to talk to you guys about the current state of Shinobi Strikers and what we can expect for the future and things that kind of need to happen for Shinobi Strikers to help this game in the long run. So the current state of Shinobi Strikers is fairly well, since we do have a nice increase in the player base due to the Black Friday sale. The game was on sale for like $30 on the Xbox Marketplace. I'm not really sure if PC or PS4 had a sale. I'm pretty sure they had a sale, but I'm not sure of the prices that the game was on sale for. But we do have a nice increase in the player base, and that is doing very well. But in terms of content, the game is still severely lacking. So they really need to add a quality of life update after the remaining 3 DLC characters drop to help this game sustain the player base that it has. And you know, for 3 months, those are people like me who have over 200 hours, people who have over 700 hours into this game. You can only imagine for 3 months playing the same 5 maps within the same 3 to 4 game modes. And I say 3 to 4 game modes because in the Ninja World League, you are only able to access 3 of those game modes, being Flag Battle, Combat Battle, and Base Battle. And when you go into Quick Match or the Beginner Match, which is level restricted from levels 1 to 30, those are for new players, so you guys can face off against other new players, so you're not at a disadvantage when you guys first come into the game. It also throws in Barrier Battle, which is in desperate need of being replaced or fixed, because nobody really likes playing the game modes. It's very unbalanced for defenders. So I'm going to talk about that another time. But yeah, this game is in desperate need of a quality of life update, and it really needs it in 3 particular areas: 1, maps; 2, game modes; and 3, PvE content. Now some of you may be thinking, why PvE content? Because sometimes you may not just want to deal with the PvP aspect of the game. You want to play the game, but you don't want to deal with fighting other people or risk running into tryhards. And it's always nice to have a nice PvE option to fall back on, to play with your friends, and you know, have something that's equally rewarding as the PvP side of the game, because that is definitely not the case with the way the game is currently. The PvE side is severely lacking and, you know, rewarding people for playing it, because the most that you get out of it are, you know, your mentors and some accessories that you may not have been lucky enough to get from a scroll, because the RNG is something else within this game. Because I've been playing for those 3 months straight, and I still do not have all of the clothing on the male side. I haven't even really started on the female side, but talk about that at another time. But yeah, this game is in really need of more content. Now, at the least, I would say we need at least 2 additional maps to, you know, add that new feel of maps, because maps mean a lot in this game. You know, maneuverability, you know, traversing the map, all of this, being able to fight on the map without worrying about falling into pits. All of this matters, because we all, out of the 5 maps, 2 of these maps are without pitfalls, and 2 out of the 3 pitfall maps that we do have, nobody likes playing on, because, you know, it's kind of just a very toxic map, being the Sand Village map and the Cloud Village map. They look visually stunning. All of these maps look amazing, visually stunning. I love looking at them, but sometimes it's just a hassle playing on them, because a lot of the time you're really just struggling to stay on the map, you know, struggling to keep your footing to fight. And you know, it's really frustrating at times. You know, sometimes I use them to my advantage, you know, when people are running double healers and you can't really kill them by, you know, reducing their life to 0, you know, through fighting. You know, sometimes I use that mechanic, hard knockdown, send them into a pit, I get that kill. Well, I don't necessarily get it on my score, but you know, it takes one of their lives away, giving me some room to remove their other teammates from the battle. But in terms of content, we still do have a lot to look forward to in this game. I highly doubt that we won't be getting any additional mentors. I won't speak too much on previous data mine info since, you know, speaking on data mine content is kind of a taboo in the community at the moment, so I'm not going to delve into that too much. But we still have a lot to look forward to. They added an insane amount of clothing into the game. There's still the Moonlight Scrolls that my friend Black Sage mentioned in another video, which I believe leads to additional PvE content coming into the game. We just don't have a clue as to what that is yet, and you can be certain that as this information is rolled out to us, I will be sure to cover it for you guys. But some other things that you can look forward to on the channel, I'm going to be doing my version of a season 2 character wish list, but I'm going to be doing in the format of concept idea videos. I had already done Sasori in the past, you know, my kind of concept on puppets working within Shinobi Strikers. You guys can check that out if you like. But I'm going to cover the remaining 3 Akatsuki members, being Hidan, Kakuzu, and even Zetsu. Yes, Zetsu. That was even a dare at one point. Someone dared me to cover Zetsu. I have it down. I'm going to get you on that. But I'm going to cover that. I'm going to go over some maps that they could potentially add into the game. Matter of fact, I can really do that right now. Basically, 2 maps that I had in mind, both occurred in the Boruto series, and one, it was from the Boruto series where the idea of capture the flag even came from, and that was during the Chunin exams, during the little abandoned building section of the Chunin exams, where, you know, Boruto had to defend his flag from the little Mist Village ninja, and Shinki was just dominating Metal Lee's team, you know, and Denki and them. So yeah, that map would make a nice addition into the game. Another map is, you know, we finally got a look at the inside of the Stone Village. You know, they can make something out of that. You know, they have the room to make additional maps. One map personally that I would like to see, you know, that would really strike well with me would be the Forest of Death from the vanilla Naruto, the first Naruto. The Forest of Death would be amazing. You know, have a map just completely encased with trees, you know, traversing the map, you know, traveling through the trees, you know, getting that feel that, you know, you see in Naruto a lot, you know, jumping from tree to tree, having that genuine Naruto feel within Shinobi Strikers. And that is something I think would strike well with the community. It's something that they can look into if they come around and see this video, perhaps. You know, it's something that I think everyone would genuinely like, some additional non-pitfall maps, so we don't have to worry about that. You know, they may can add a pitfall here and there in the stage, but, you know, not get too carried away with it. You know, they can dabble with it how they like, but I think all 3 of these maps would make some fine additions into the game. Now, in terms of game modes, you know, I think that after the 3rd DLC pack passes, all of the types will have enough to basically sustain in a free-for-all type of game mode. Now, I wouldn't say 8 people on the field at once. I would say maybe 6. And the way I would format it would be similar to how Destiny 2 has their free-for-all game mode, to where if you placed in at least the top 3, that it will count as a victory, but, you know, you will be rewarded experience, you know, etc., based on your placement. You know, first place obviously getting the most, etc., etc. And then a 2v2 game mode, 4 teams of 2. I think that would fit really well. You know, seeing some team comps, basically giving people more options in terms of playing this game alone, because, you know, you don't always have friends to play this game with. You know, people have jobs, people go to school, things, life gets in the way. You know, there aren't always people available, and having options and being able to go into this game alone and not having to deal with randoms online and ranked, you know, it's always nice to have options, and currently we lack those options. So hopefully that they are looking into these things, you know, giving us more options and comfort in playing this game alone and not always having to have friends to play this game with. But guys, that is pretty much going to be all for the video today, guys. If you enjoyed the video, feel free to give it a thumbs up. Remember, subscribe if you are interested in seeing my wish list in the form of concept idea videos. If you're interested in seeing gameplay content and, you know, staying updated on Shinobi Strikers, I will cover you on that. Click that subscribe button if you're interested in any of those things. But yeah, guys, that's going to be it. Y'all stay easy. I'll catch y'all later. Peace.